Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. How are you, dear brothers? I hope you are well and safe. I want to inform you that the upcoming videos are very important for beginners, and I hope that all beginners follow these videos to benefit from them. I also want to let you know that those who want to subscribe with us and download the full video, because I will not provide long explanations on this main channel. The long uploads will be on the second channel called Jalal's Operator. You will find the link below the video. For those who want to follow us on Facebook, you can find the page Jalal's Operator by Hassan Abu Abdul Rahman and the group Jalal's Electrician to make communication between us easier and faster. I don't want to take more of your time, and God willing, we will move on to the next video. I have completed dropping the motor completely, and here it is in this form. As you can see, notice the last phase. In the face, it seems like this is one, this is a group, and this is a group, and this is a group. This is the phase groups spaced apart. As you can see, peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Dear brothers, God willing, we will continue with you in the videos and explanations that concern beginners so that they can become professionals with us, God willing. Of course, we talked in previous videos about the arrangement of dropping the coils. We discussed real poles and reactive poles and how to know or distinguish whether this motor is reactive or a motor with real poles. Well, in today's lesson, God willing, we will learn how to determine the number of poles of the motor and whether they are reactive or real in a direct and easy way, God willing. This is the motor I filmed in the previous video, or one of the previous videos, which was about real poles and reactive poles. Today, we will discover, of course, we mentioned that this motor was at 1000 RPM, if you remember, and we said that the groups are spaced apart. I have now completely dropped it, and as you can see, the motor is like this. In this way, we want to learn why we assume that this motor came to us like this. And we want to know how many poles this motor has. As we said, usually we come to the wire exit opening and hold the beginning. The first group that drops from underneath is this one. Of course, if you remember, I dropped this in a 3-layer manner. I dropped the first phase completely, the second phase completely, and the third phase completely, so that the third phase was facing up. If the first groups from underneath in the motor are for the first phase, we come from the wire exit opening and approach the first group, counting 1, 2, 3, 1 to identify the phase groups. We say this group is 1, the next is 2, the next is 3, and the next is 1. So this group is 1. The second is from the same phase as group number 1. We say about the first group 1, 2, 3, 1. So these two groups are from the same phase. We continue from this group, we continue from the group that is 1. The second, we say from it itself. We count from it itself. We say it is 1, and we continue counting 1, 2, 3, 1. Notice that these are from the same phase, so we have 3 groups. We continue counting. If we want from it itself, 1, 2, 3, 1. Here we return to the first group, which is from the wire exit opening. So we stop at this group. Therefore, this motor has 3 groups. And if you notice, they are spaced apart. 1 here, the second here, and the third here. So there are 3 spaced groups in the phase. Therefore, this motor is an induction motor. Why? Because its groups are spaced apart from each other, not adjacent. Thus, this motor is an induction motor. And as we know, the number of its poles is double the number of groups. Here, the phase has 3 groups, so doubling them gives 6. Therefore, this motor operates with 6 poles. This motor, being a 6-pole induction motor, has a speed of 1,000 revolutions or 900 revolutions per minute. So, quickly, we understood how to determine the groups of the same phase, and we learned that they are spaced or adjacent, and we understood the speed of the motor and the number of its poles. Thus, we were able to understand the connection